Okay, well, I'm sure, yeah, we're going to wrap it up here. Just a couple more questions. Are you aware of Anonymous, the internet activist group?
Yeah.
What is your opinion on what they're doing, and what do you see the end result being from all of this?
I think it's an extraordinary development of the last couple of months. That here's this great, shall we say, monster Scientology that people that all the big news organisations are scared of,
right?
And in Hollywood they're terrified of. And then my book comes out, and nothing happens. So everybody. I mean, if I've been asked once, I've been asked 1,000 times. Are you going to be sued for $100 million? Is your life in danger? And so on. And this is extraordinary. We are talking about, let's forget, we're talking about ostensibly a church here, a church with its own intelligence organisation. And I think it's given a lot of people pause to think, well, actually, I can speak out myself. So a lot of former Scientologists, people like Jenna Miscavige Hill and others, have gone public to talk about their experiences, often very unhappy and sometimes quite violent experiences inside Scientology. More than that, the kind of bully boy tactics that they've employed, that they used to employ in the past, predating the internet, have now come up against, as it were, the first ever internet mass protest, which has been organised by Anonymous.
It's phenomena.
So what's happened is that old technology, that is to say a book, has sparked and inspired a new technology revolt against Scientology, not just because of its practices, but because of the way it is trying to repress discussion about its nature, about its policies, and about its effects on individuals. And and I take my hats off to Anonymous for the slick way, very modern way that they've organised kind of these guerrilla tactics against them, against Scientology, because the old critics who just kind of posted the odd thing on the internet were easily picked off. This group is far more effective and has given Scientology pause for thought. I mean, the interesting thing is, as a knee-jerk reaction, they're supposed to sue me, attack me, and so on. The fact that they haven't done so yet, and I'm touching wood,
right,
means that maybe they've actually changed the philosophy or the policies of L. Ron Hubbard, which were vengeful and authoritarian and ruthless. And maybe they're thinking we're a bigger organisation than that.
Than those times.
And we can sustain these kinds of attacks. And quite frankly, a lot of people get a lot of benefit out of Scientology at low levels. If you want to give up smoking, if you want to give up, if you have problems with anger and in relationships, because often people are drawn to this organisation because they're vulnerable in their lives, and it can help them. But it's this kind of knee-jerk reaction to attack anyone who even dares to look at it, which is authoritarian and arguably fascistic.
One more question. Do you have any advice for anyone who is interested in exposing the abuses, whoever they be, Anonymous, ex-Scientologists? What, from your perspective, is the best way to go about reforming the church? Because I think that's really what a lot of people who are against them want to see, a reformation. They don't want to destroy it. They don't want to destroy rank and file members. They want to see from the Ponzi scheme taken apart, dismantled, and perhaps renewed itself, like you said, and being able to use the tech to benefit people. Do you think there's hope for Scientology at the end of the day?
Well, I mean, any organisation, it doesn't really matter what they are. If their core philosophy doesn't stand up to scrutiny, then you've got to move on. And it isn't just about the fact that they can help people with anger management. That part of their core philosophy is to the utter, and I use their words, global obliteration, psychiatry of all mental health. And it flies in the face of empirical science. So we live in an age, in a way, of unreason. You've got people who will blow up whole marketplaces full of people for no other reason than they happen to have a religion different to their own. So in a way, Scientology sadly fits into the modern way. We've got our silicon chips, we've got our computers and so on, but it seems to me we're slipping back to the days before the Enlightenment, where reason, rational thought, empirical evidence are now discarded just for assertion, for ideology. And so, in a way, it's a modern day religion that fits into this kind of authoritarian nature of the world as it is turning into.
Right.
You know, we're all beguiled by the fact that we've got our iPhones, and you know, we can fly from New York to London in a matter of hours. But you scratch the surface of civilization today, and it seems to me that it's gone back a bit. So, in a way, that's one of the reasons possibly why it thrives. People do not investigate things in an empirical or analytical way, and if they did, they would find that many of the assertions and claims of this organisation fell to dust.
That's an excellent place to end it, and we're going to do a radio interview. So anything I didn't cover today, I will cover then. Thank you.
Okay, my pleasure.
You're wonderful. You're a very brilliant man, and you know, I think you don't get. I'll let you get started.